guys, World War Gaming, back here with a brand new Axis and Allies game. Today I am bringing to you Axis and Allies World War I 1914. It's set in the year of 1914, in the midst of, it's the beginning of World War I, and it's the first time that the world has all been turned against each other. It's a very fun game. Not exactly super realistic, but there's a few rules that you can make it a little bit better. So the first kind of thing that I'm putting in, I'm only using two things to make it not as complicated. First one being Switzerland is completely neutral. No one can pass through it, and even though it says that you're able to, we're playing with it as not. Then secondly, up here in the North Sea, since the Germans were not as prepared with their navy as the British, they have a little bit of a weaker navy. Usually they have a little bit more than the British Navy, which is very unrealistic. So we're just going to be playing with those two rules. Other than that, we're doing all the normal basic rules of this game. How combat works in this game, it's a little bit funky compared to the other games. First of all, here's the combat chart down here. And as you can see, it's already very, very different. Infantry, attacking infantry, instead of rolling at a 1, roll at a 2 or less, and they can have artillery support. And also, instead of just doing all the way through, so this side goes, this side goes, this side goes, and this side's the winner, or something like that. Instead of doing that, it is just one round. So this side goes, the attackers go, and the defenders go, that's it. For that whole turn, the whole round. There is something really weird going on with my my camera stabilizer today. It's been shaking just a few times, so if you see it start to shake a little bit, that's why. It's not like anything bad going on. So we're going to just jump right into it with Austria-Hungary going first, and they are right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for them. I'm going to do all the movements, and then all the dice rolls will be all on camera. So I'll see you guys then. So this is how the map looks now after all of the movements of the Austria-Hungarians. We got a battle down here in the Mediterranean against the Italians, a battle up in Venice, a battle in Ukraine, and a battle in Romania. So let's go ahead and just do the quickest battle first, and that'd be this. So it will be, it doesn't really show it on the chart like the last one, but a battleship goes at 4. There's a battleship on each side, and then cruisers go at 3. So like that. I'm going to set this right here while I do all the rolling. If you see that right there. Okay, I guess I'll just hold it. So like I said, sorry about that bad cameraing right there. It's just being real weird. So we're going to go ahead and do the battleship. Miss. Hit. Then cruiser. Miss. Cruiser. Miss. So they got one hit over here. They're going to go ahead and take it on the cruiser. Then we got, this is taken out. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there is an insane amount of dice that come with these games. Well, I guess they are mine, but these aren't like this game right here, all of this is completely out of the box. And so yeah, it comes with a lot of dice. Then battleship, so 3, cruiser, miss, and battleship, hit. So battleships can take 2 damage, so this one's just going to do that. And this, let's go ahead and take it on the cruiser. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. Hit. And hit. So this has 1 damage on it, but I believe it's the Adriatic Sea, is clear of Italian control. Now, staying with the Italians, let's move up here to Venice. We got, what is that, 5, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 4 artillery. So how these markers work in this game, I should probably tell you guys that too. It's a little bit funky how it works, but it kind of makes sense. So with these kind of darker ones, here's a little bit of a darker one right there. The blue and the red are just separated by either Central Powers or the Entente. Yes, it's not Triple Entente because there's 5 of them, but I guess that's what they're called. It's separated like that. Blue's the Entente, red is the Central Powers, which that's one thing I don't really love about this game. The fact that it's called Axis and Allies. So, I mean, if that's the worst thing, it's the life is good. But these are each worth 5, so a person on top 6, and then the lighter colored ones, such as this and this right here, is just 1. So 1 on top of this is 2. And so it's a little bit more simple than the last one, but it's a little bit weird. Then we got 6 Italian infantry and 2 artillery. So you're gonna probably see me do this. I'm just gonna roll all of these at once because artillery and infantry defend at the exact same, both 3. So I'm just gonna do all of those all at once. Oops, sorry about that. Bad, weird things are going on. So that's 2 hits. Then all of these go over here. Then these infantry up here get a 4 boosts because of the artillery. So these all are at 2. That was a 4 right there. So we got 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit of a slower game, but as it goes on after the first turn, it gets a little bit quicker. And at 3, we got 2 hits. And at 3, 2 hits. So not enough to completely take them out, but definitely to do some damage onto the Italians. Oh, I don't know what's going on right there. Okay, so they got 2 hits on here. And with this game, you might see me taking the artillery out first, and you might think, World War Gaming, what the heck, why are you doing that? That sounds kind of dumb. And you might think that, but it's also the rules of the game. You want the infantry to be the last living things. Also, while I'm over in this area, for this turn I bought a battleship, a cruiser, and an infantry. And every single turn, if you're buying, you have to buy an infantry. At least 1. So this is 2 right here. 1, 2, and then 5. So they're left with a single infantry there, but they still have not won. There's also another rule, not my made-up rule from the game, that if an area is contested, then that country loses the amount of points. So Italy is down to 12. Now let's go up to Ukraine. Ukraine's got even. 6 infantry and 2 artillery on each side. There we go. Got all of them right here. For defending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's a lot. Oops. Drop the die right down there. Don't want to lose any of these. There's 2 hits. Then no hits. Then 2 hits. So the Austrians got 4 hits, the Russians got 5. So let's do 1, 2. So they should only have 3 infantry left. Maybe, if I can get them on. There we go. And the Russians should only have 4 left on. So I am, like how I said with the dice, how I didn't want to lose them. I really don't want to lose them because a few years back, this game went completely out of production. Now it's on eBay. I saw one for on there for $7,000, and I'm glad I got it for about, I don't exactly remember how much I got it for, but definitely less than 3,000. So very glad I got one of them. And if you're able to find a decent deal on one of them, I would very much recommend getting it. It's really fun, especially if you have more than 2 people playing. It's quite very fun. So let's go into Romania. They got, oh lord, 12 infantry against, what is that, 5? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, these Austrians do not like the Russians, not at all. Yeah, okay. I thought it was going to work, but nope, it's being all jittery again. So let's do the Russians. They got 3 hits. Oop, I think I might have found the problem. Let's try this now. Oh. Maybe I didn't find the problem. I guess I'll have to look into that later, but yeah. So they got 3, the Russians got 3 hits. The Austrians got 3 hits with their infantry. Couldn't think of that for a second. Infantry with artillery, just 1 hit. And artillery, 1 hit. So they got 5 hits, so there is 1 infantry left in Romania. And there is 11 infantry left in there by the Austrians. So that is it for the Austrians' turn. So now it will be the Russians' turn. And just for this video, how I'm going to do this game is I'm going to do it in a few different parts. I'm going to do part 1 is going to be Austria, Russia, and Germany. And that, because those are the 3 biggest powers, especially Germany. The next video I will do France, Britain, the Ottomans, Italy, and America. Now that might seem like a lot more, but the Italians, Ottomans, and Americans, especially the Americans, they don't do anything until turn 4. But the the Italians and the Austrians don't do a whole lot either, but definitely nowhere near as little as America. So on that, we're going to move on to the Russians. I'm going to go ahead and do the movements. I'm going to make a cut, and then we'll get to the rolls. So this is after all of the Russian movements. They only have a few battles going on, quite a few actually. First of all, they took a battleship from up here, into the Northern Sea to fight the Germans, or at least weaken them. Then down here, in the Black Sea, they have taken some cruisers down to fight the Ottomans. Then over here, they're trying to help protect Romania. Don't know how that's going to go with 11 Austrian infantry. Then they're trying to kick out the Austrians out of Ukraine. And over here, they're just supporting Finland for the inevitable German attack. They are trying to hold Osijek Fortress, for those who know what that is. In Poland, that is. So I'm going to go ahead and get the first battle ready. Let's go ahead and do the cruisers first. Sorry, I couldn't think of them for a minute. Having a whole bunch of brain farts today. Okay, got these all set up here. So let's go ahead and do the Russians. Both misses. And the Ottomans. One hit. So the Russians really don't want the Ottomans to have this, because if they do get it, it's going to give them the opportunity to go across and invade them up through there. And that is nicht gut. Let's go ahead and do the Russians again. One hit. And the Ottomans. One hit. So they weakened the Ottomans, but they did not kick them out of the Black Sea, which is not very cool of them. Now on to up here, that is 4 infantry, 2 artillery against 11 infantry. This is what the battle's looking. Oh, that's what the battle is looking like. So, still deciding if I want to do this or not, because I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Okay, infantry with artillery. Oh no. And artillery. Come on, artillery. 2 hits, okay. Not bad for the artillery. Now, oops. Hold on 1 second. I gotta grab this. Sorry for the shaking. There we go. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does not completely kick them out. Yep. Oh, nope, that's 6. It does completely kick them out. Okay. That was a bad offensive. Usually when I do that, it at least gives the Russians an extra turn before they break through. But, you know, this is a game, more than half of this game is a game of luck. And don't get me wrong, it's not all luck, but there is some strategy in this game. But you know, that's just kind of how things go with war. So over here, the Austrians get 3 points and now are at 29. Oh. Now we got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 Russian infantry going against... Let me count up all these Russians. Oh, and 4 artillery. Yeah, that's not looking very good for those Austrians. Against 3 Austrians. Okay. So there's the battle. Not looking very good. So let's do the Russian infantry. 1, 2, 3. Already done. Oh. Got no hits. 1, 2, 3. Kicks them out of there, so the Russians get their points back. And then we got one more battle for the Russians, and that is up in the Northern Sea, right up here. So we got a battleship, another battleship, and a cruiser. That's what that battle's looking like. So, battleship, hit, battleship, miss, and cruiser, hit. So this Russian's going to do that. This German is going to do that. So this is out of here. Now it's the battle of the battleships. The Bismarck against whatever the Russians had as their battleship. Hit. Hit. Okay. So the Germans did win that battle, but the big part of their navy is very heavily defeated. So it's looking like it's going to be a conquering of the British Navy up there. Now, I'm not sure about down here, but because they have the Adriatic Sea, and it looks like they got the Black Sea. The British also have some people down here, and it could very, very much go either way. I'm going to go ahead and buy the troops for the Russians because I completely forgot to do that. And what they had, 22 points. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And I will also just go ahead and do the moves for the Germans. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to make a cut. Well, not really a cut, but there was something that went wrong with my video and just stopped recording while I was doing all my, I just was finishing up the Battle of Poland, and so none of it recorded. So I'm just going to tell you guys the overview of kind of like what happened with all the battles. So first of all, we started in Africa, and the Germans were able to take South Africa. Then there's a stalemate in Rhodesia. Up here in Nigeria and French Equatorial Africa, there was no resistance, so they just walked in and took it. Up here, the Germans ended up winning this battle, but heavily damaged. Over here on the Eastern Front, with the battle of the siege of Osijek Fortwit. Oh dear Lord! Okay, I think I just had a stroke there. Sorry about that. The siege of Osijek Fortress. It ended up in a stalemate, kind of like the real siege. It kind of ended up going back and forth, and the Germans and the Russians are completely equal there. Now onto the Western Front, there is a stalemate in Lorraine province, and the Germans have a little bit of a better advantage, but only by one infantry unit. The Germans also kind of did one part of their Schlieffen plan, and that was taking Belgium. They also took Holland. And I believe that is all for the Germans. So, like I said, I'm going to have part 2 out pretty darn soon, and that's going to cover France, Britain, the Ottomans, Italy, and America. And, I'm going to try to have that part out as soon as possible, and I really appreciate you guys watching, and if you guys like this video, please comment and leave a like, and if you so choose, subscribe. And on that note, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.